Namaste and welcome to this Truth Eternal series. We continue with the first chapter, rather from where we left out on first chapter. Before that, let's offer our humble prayers. Okay. We read a bit from what we read earlier. No place, no creation, no time or any matter is outside this principle of Trinity, three gunas. Space, time, and matter are all made up of these three attributes. All these have three states, namely the beginning, the middle, and the end. I would like you all to imagine an arrow going forward. The sharp tip of the arrow, the middle part, and the tail part. Imagine again this arrow of creation going in one direction. The moment it began at the moment of creation, it is still going on in one direction. And as they say, this expansion is continuing. The first sound, the first frequency that was created began with Aum. With our limited breath abilities, we are able to say Om. But imagine the creation where it started. It is only A that is going on right now. We don't know when the U will become and the M will end. At least in our lifetime. With every breath that we take, this Om continues with or without our knowledge. Those who are in resonance with this frequency need not necessarily be with this actual Om sound, but that very soundless sound we call awareness. Be in tune with that awareness. Be in tune with that awareness of the original Om. Then something magical can happen in life. Let us see what Lalaji has to say further. Every tree has roots, a trunk and branches. The trunk is the middle portion. Generally, it is the middle portion that catches our eye, and all the struggle of our life finds its expression in this middle state only. In every being, there is a triple combination, but that which is kept inside it remains in the middle only. Thus, it is the middle portion that becomes the center of attention and thought. The beginning and the end of all activities are generally lost sight of. Who has seen the foundation of a house? And who sees clearly the roof of a house? Rarely. It is always the field and the period of action that attract our attention. Every being has a head, body, and legs. It is the body of the individual that is middle portion and forms the medium of attraction. But in what way are these examples related to Veda? The combined state of these very links, knowledge of these links, and the result of that knowledge is called the Veda. The essence of that element which surrounds all each knowledge. But it should not be confused with the state of feeling or experience. It would be a mistake in that case. Knowledge is the principle, element, and essence of spirit. Although the power of sight, hearing, thinking, and all beings, creatures, molecules, etc., embody knowledge, which forms the basis of all. It should not be taken in a restricted sense. Otherwise, the Veda or knowledge loses its importance. Lalaji here, whenever he uses the word the Veda, he does not mean Rig Veda and Atharva Veda. Veda, it technically means knowledge. To read, to know the Veda, the knowledge. The Veda is not restricted to a particular book, country, religion, or nationality, but it is the knowledge of the three worlds, including all creation, the netherworld and the higher world. Whether the Veda is understood or caught by the rishis or saints, it is the fountain of all wisdom, grace. It is the thread of that material in which all the worlds and planets, the Vasus, the Adityas, and the Rudras are studied in seed form. This principle of three attributes, three things in creation. Here Lalaji mentions about three things like roots, the trunk, and the branches. And he says it is the middle portion that is so attractive and it catches our attention. When we talk of sthul sarir, physical body, and the soul, the middle, again it's our subtle body, and in our heartfulness way of practices, we give so much of importance to this expansion of consciousness, constituting, and it is the reason, it is the main reason why we focus so much on this middle body, the subtle bodies, which is made up of Chit, Manas, Buddhi, and Ahankar. Now, when we ponder over all these things, the beginning, the middle, and the end, oh, and the silence that follows at the end of it is very crucial. If you have to take it's the beginning. As they say, Akash or the space was already there even before the creation. And Babaji calls this very existence of it is Prakriti. Purusha came later. So when we have to combine all these things and try to understand three attributes, positive, negative, and neutral, these are all related in a qualitative sense. They have the similar qualities when we compare this beginning, middle, and the end. The shot of Om creating the universes. Proton, electron, and neutron. They somehow resemble this particular concept. You cannot only imagine Purusha, you cannot only imagine proton, you cannot only imagine electron, you just cannot imagine just electron. You just cannot imagine what we call neutron and forget about the end part of it. Say. Sat, Raj, and Tamas. They're all connected. The truth, the existential truth, Sat, the beginning of existence, the end of it, the Tama, and the middle part, the Raj. That's why Babaji gives so much of importance to the state tamas, the end part where you culminate yourself into the end, where you finally end up with the beginning. Something like that movie title, Back to the Future. Back to our original state. But that is, this particular return is also in our future, but it existed once upon a time. So, this journey in yoga, I would say, with the same film title, Back to the Future. We know science is evolving. What was there once upon a time, the fancy ideas of gravitation and all Newtonian principles. Later on, there was a revolutionary change with the new knowledge arising out of relativity, Einstein's relativity. Many things later, the quantum field came in. Is this final? I doubt it. The science keeps evolving. So does also the idea of spirituality. But unfortunately, when it comes to spirituality, we remain busy with our past. We give so much of credits, importance to the past. That past was so lovely. When we really ponder over our past and reflect on it, for example, during the time of Lord Rama, one of the avatars, imagine life of tragedy he had to undergo. So much of jealousy, so much of rivalry, so much a desire to abduct someone's wife. It's nothing new that we curse our present day. That we say, oh, we got to have Rama Rajya, the times when Lord Rama prevailed. Where was Rama Rajya or peace, even to himself? Both great souls of Ramayana epic, Mother Sita, embodiment of purity, ultimate purity. Her life was tragic, her end was tragic. Same thing, Avatar Purusha Rama. He walked into Saryu River and ended his life we call Jala Samadhi. Lord Krishna's times. Why go that far? How was your grandfather's times? I think, as far as humanity is concerned, weaknesses, they continue to thrive. Some wiser ones do not wait for the natural evolution to take us further, but through yoga, escape this natural evolution, but follow this accelerated evolutionary path we call yoga. And in our heartfulness we practice, because of this pranavati reinvented by Pujya Lalaji Maharaj and system that is perfected by Babaji Maharaj, we are enjoying the benefits of it every single day. We need to keep pondering over this Trigunatmak approach and see how beautifully each one of us can develop our own theories in life. If not theories, a hypothesis. This will be such an approach will somehow accelerate our inward journey. So being attentive towards all these Trigunatmak approaches in our day-to-day activities will help enormously. Thank you. See you next Sunday.